Okay, so here we are. We're going to make a parallax scrolling website using Adobe Muse CC 2015. Uh, so let's take a look what we're going to make today. Um, this is a website I made, Mountain Lafayette and Franconia Ridge Trail Loop site, since we're in New Hampshire. So as you scroll down, the top menu bar is gone, but your first background image stays there. As keep scrolling down, second page's background image is coming up and covering, and at the same time, another new menu bar is coming down, like this. You can keep going to the third page, fourth, and the fifth. And even you can click on any button from here. So you can jump to any page wherever you are. So this is a kind of a mouse or user triggered interactive animation. Okay, we may add some different type of animation later on this. So let's get started. So firstly, I want you to prepare 5 images related to your topic. So I chose the 5 different images about the Franconia Notch hiking trail from Google, and the image size of each one is 1400 by 1000 pixel dimension and 72 dpi resolution. So that's what we're looking for. Okay, so 5 of them, and Command Option Shift S, save each image for web as a JPEG file. So that's all I have. So I'm back to Muse. Let me make a new site. Command new and this new site preference, we're not going to change a lot, but we're going to change this from the fluid width to a fixed width, meaning this site is not going to be responsive. Okay. Anyway, it will be working on the desktop and tablet PC. Okay, so 960 pixel width. Okay. So before we browse the very first image, we're going to make some little changes on the master page. So double click the master's page. Get rid of any extra space on top and the bottom, so we can have fill the background image with of each page. So now let me go back to the site and open the home page, and let me make it a little bit smaller of my screen because my screen is not that big. Okay, and then before we really import the images, I'm going to extend my document as a kind of a really long document. So 25% of viewing size. Let me increase it up to 4,000 for now. No, somewhere here. Yeah, about 4,000 pixel. Back to 75. Okay, from the top. So first, we're going to browse the very first background image. Let me draw a rectangle. 100% width by 1000 pixel height. So I'll draw something like this first and open the transforms, and let me set the height to 1000, and then let me click on the fill, add the image. I'm going to browse my very first image. Let me position it in the center and scale to fill. Okay, so this one is done. My first image is imported, and let me have menu from the widgets library. Choose the menu tabs, horizontal, drag and drop. In the options panel, we're going to change the menu type from the top level pages as a default setting to manual. Okay, that's it. And let me resize it so it fits to 960 pixel. And select your menu bar again, click on it, and you're going to see the plus button. Since we're going to have 5 different pages, let me have the 5 buttons like this. And I'm going to change the name of each button. So my first one, let me call it, name it as about. Second one, trails. Third one, camping. And the fourth one, maps. And the last, more. Since this is a more, ding ding ding. Okay, and select your menu bar and select the very first about button, because I'm going to delete the gray background image, I mean the color. So select the first button, about, and then state. Let me get rid of the my background color so I can have a transparent background color for each stage. No background and no background. And then also I want to change the typeface from Georgia to Helvetica. Okay, and then text color black. And then a little bit larger. Oh, I was working on the normal status. No, I mean the active. Let me change it to normal. Okay, so select the about button, text color to black, and type size 14, and font from Georgia to Helvetica. Okay. Yeah, everything looks fine, but I want to have a different color for the rollover and mouse down. So select the rollover states, and text color, let me change it to red. Okay, it's good. And then finally, I want to have some little very simple title of this page. Let me move this down a little bit. I'm gonna draw another rectangle right on top of my menu bar. 100 pixel, I mean the 960 pixel width, and then fill color to white, and let me change the opacity value down to maybe 50%. Yeah, I'm gonna type the other title of this page. It was on Google. Yeah, this is a title. So let me copy this title, Command C, and Muse. Let me type, paste it. Text size, I don't know, 36. Yep. And border. And text color, I want to have red, but a little bit darker. Very dark red. It's too dark. and then I want to have a different typeface, some serif, maybe times. Times is okay. Okay, and let me center it. There we go. Okay, so let me preview it, Command Shift E, to see how it looks like. Okay, back to Muse. Okay, looks better. Yep, so this is what you have. So for now, what's happening now is as you scroll down the background image and the menu bar, everything goes up and disappearing. So this is a kind of regular scrolling site. So if you visit Behance or Facebook or a lot of SNS site, this is type of a scrolling things. What we're gonna do is, as I scroll down, I want to make this background image stays there where it is now. And then at the same time, the menu bar will be gone and the second image is supposed to covering up. So that's the plan. So before we do that, since the menu bar is gone, we're going to have the another second menu bar. Back to Muse. Let me draw one rectangle. Yep, somewhere here, a little above the center. I mean under. 100 pixel width by maybe 100 pixel height. Excuse me, 100. Now let me fill it in. White. Opacity value, I'm gonna make it transparent. Maybe 65%, which is okay. Okay. And then let me select my menu bar and then hold down the option and drag it and place it here. The problem is this menu bar now is the under this half transparent rectangle. So I want to move it to the very top by using layers panel. Open it. So this is here. Let me move this entire thing, this layer, to the top of the rectangle. Oh, it's not in here. Maybe that is that. Yes. Okay. So now let's test it. Preview, Command Shift E. So it looks like this, but it's not supposed to what we have, what we're going to see. So back to Muse. The first, this new menu bar is supposed to scrolling down from the top as we scroll down. So select the white rectangle, open scroll effects, check the motion. This is supposed to be scroll down from the top. And I'm gonna set the initial speed to 1 and no final motion. Okay, let me preview it again. As I scroll down, this box coming down. Okay, so there are several more things we need to figure it out. Okay, first, this box. After the very first page, this box will stay there on top of your web browser window. So we're going to make it stop once it reaches to the top of your browser by changing this key position. So you're going to see that kind of a little blue bar things on top. So move this down to the very top of your new menu bar box thing. Okay, we're going to do the same thing for this menu bar, this button. Motion, scrolling down, initial speed as 1, and we're not moving side by side, so I'll set it to 0, and no final motion because it's gonna stay there. And then key position, same key position, 500. And now let's take a look what happens. Command Shift E. So now we don't see the second menu bar. As I scroll down, new menu bar is coming down. Okay, but we still have a problem. The very first image is not supposed to move. It's supposed to stay there. So let me go back to Muse, select the background image, click on the fill, and then choose the scroll. Check the motion. It's not going to move at all. So set everything to 0 except the key position, because that's the position of this image. So now let's take a look. Command Shift E, preview again. Same. As I scroll down, now background image just stays there. And then top menu bar is gone. Keep scrolling down. And the new menu bar is coming. And it stops there. Okay. So let's import the second image so we can see the result right away. Muse. So there are two different ways. Maybe I may draw another 100% width by 1000 pixel height image, or I can just make a copy of this and then I can just swap the image. So that's the easier way. So hold down the option, click and drag it, and place the second image on the bottom line of my first image. Okay. And then still select the second image, open the scroll effects, motion. I'm going to change the initial motion. While the very first, the second menu bar is kind of coming down, and this new image, the second page, will be kind of coming up from the bottom. So this is good. Initial speed 1, and no final motion. And the key position, that's the important thing. I want to make it stop once it hits the top of the web browser window. So let me define, this is a kind of position. It's going to stop there. And let's preview it. Command Shift E. We're here. As I'm scrolling down, second image is coming up. Oh, sorry, I forgot to swap the image. Back to Muse. Let me change the fill to image number 2. Oh, that's image number 2. Yeah, this is image number 2. Okay. And then, yep, no stroke color. Preview it. So this is what we have. Okay. I still see that kind of white stroke of my second image. Nothing. Move it up just a little bit. Okay. Yeah. So this is what we have. Same way, I'm going to import the maybe third, fourth, and the fifth images. So let's do that. Muse. The first I want to make sure that my key position is 1000 pixel. Preview it. There we go. Okay. Now back to Muse. This time I'm going to copy my second image, Option, drag it to the bottom, no white gap. Okay, and let me swap this image into image number 3. Okay, that's what I got. And then scroll effects. Yep, everything looks fine. So let me test it. First, second, and the third, which is pretty cool. Okay, now let me keep going. Let me hold down the Option and drag it down, and there we go. To the bottom. Okay, and let me swap the image to number 4, and everything looks fine. Key position is kind of a little, no. Yep, so that's the key position. So let me preview it again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now let's finish the last one. Okay, I think I need to extend it a little more, taller, up to maybe almost 5,000, and we can adjust it later. Maybe 5,000 somewhere here, and then let me copy this, hold down the Option, click and drag it to the bottom, and line up. There we go. And then let me swap the image to the last one. Okay, and then I'm going to get rid of this kind of excess unnecessary space on the bottom. So let me preview it. Command Shift E, and this thing's happening. First, second, third, fourth, and the last image. So which is pretty cool. Okay. Problem is, button doesn't work at this point because we didn't define anything yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a kind of a hyperlink from the menu bar, the button, to the each page. So what we can do is we're gonna use another thing it's called anchor. Anchor is a kind of a mark where you can stop. So first, let me choose my anchor tool from the toolbox and click this anchor tool on top of each page. Anchor is invisible, and then just name it. So first one is an about. So this is done. My second page, choose the anchor, click on top of your second page, second image, and that's gonna be trails. And the third one, camping. And the fourth one, click on the top of the fourth image, maps. And the last, anchor, and more. So now on the top of each page, now I have an anchor. I named it as a menu thing. So let me go back to the very top, select my about page button, about button. Once you select the button, you're going to see the hyperlinks on top, and then there's a drop down menu right next to it. Click on it. Now you're going to see that the name of the anchors we have just named: about, trails, trails, camping, camping, maps, maps, more, more. Okay. Repeat the same thing for the second menu button too. Menu bar: about, to about, trails, trails, camping, camping, maps, maps, more, more. Okay. Let me preview the site. Command Shift E. Now let's start the let me start the scrolling down. As I scroll down, second page is coming up and covering the first page. It keeps happening to the third, fourth, and the fifth. Now from here, even you can jump to any page wherever you are by clicking each button. So I'm on the more page now, the last one. Camping, maps, trails, about, trails, and more. Okay. So this is the Parallax the scrolling website. For each page, we can insert any kind of a slideshows, text block, or images as we did for the regular website. Okay, so that's it.